Walking over a bridge. Going down this, what is this bridge called? Kiefer something?
Kiefer Terminal.
Kiefer Terminal.
Definitely shiny home.
Bugs, bug it. Look at this. Inside a teepee.
Okay, that's enough. Good. You guys want to come and see? What?
Nation, and we have asked the elders for permission to share these stories. We have put our offering down. Winter is a time for storytelling. Since the beginning, my people have looked up at the night sky and understood our connection to the universe. We have always known that the stars are where we come from and where we go back to when our time on Shagamakwe, Mother Earth, is done. We are the star people, so the night sky is where we will start our journey today. Bright shining lights appear. Softly, she began to sing, weaving her song as she danced across the sky, using her web to connect them together into the Seven Sisters, also known as the Pleiades. The blackness in the middle of the Seven Sisters is called Pagunegishin, the hole through which all the other stars entered, creating the universe. After a time when the universe was complete, Grandmother Spider sent a single strand of webbing through that hole and lowered Star Woman and Nankwe down to Mother Earth. She was the first human spirit being to come to this place. And after she then lowered them, so this story ends. May God Manado for Grandmother Spider and for all the stars in the sky.
She ran back to her community with the drum to tell her people what she had learned. She brought the two nations together around Doe again and explained what Gitche Manitou had told her. As the two nations started to play, they played loudly and proudly, echoing Mother Earth's heartbeat. Doegan continues to draw us together, and the drum circle is a symbol of the cycle of life that never ends. As the heartbeat of the people, it has carried us through good times and bad, and keeps us connected to the spirit world and to each other. That is my story tonight. Miigwech Gitche Manitou for.
I was born into the community to a well-respected family. A naming ceremony was held in his honor and he was given the name Wigwas. Wigwas received many gifts from Gitche Manitou, and one of those gifts was a desire to help others in the community. Wigwas went with his father to help him hunt and fish. He also helped his mother pick wild berries and do the garden work. He was constantly helping the elderly in his village with their chores. Manitou for your.
Every plant in the forest has a purpose, and nearly every aspect of our lives is impacted by the plant world. In addition to food, one of the most important things we gather from plants is medicine. The process of
Down through the hole in the sky to the earth below. The warmth of skyline began to flow through the hole. The land below began to get warmer, melting the snow. The sky people came out of their lodges when they saw what was happening and said, "Thieves, stop taking our warm weather." Porcupine escaped back through the crack, but Fisher kept working to make the hole bigger. You know that if he didn't make it big enough, the sky people would be able to eventually hit Fisher in a fatal spot, and he died. Fisher fell out of the sky among the stars. If you look up, you will see him in what is known as the Big Dipper. Each autumn, as Fisher is falling towards Earth, the sky people pass the crack and winter returns. In spring, Fisher climbs back high in the sky and reopens the crack, letting the warm weather flow down to Earth again. This is the kind of story that illustrates placing them up in the stars. They look down upon us and protect us.
Constellations allow them to track changes in weather and what time of year they should be hunting certain animals. For other groups, it marks when they should plant and harvest. This is an example of a seasonal constellation. Romans to be the hunter Orion is a constellation that rises in December and sets in March. The Anishinaabe believed it to be one of the sky people coming to patch the hole that Fisher was creating. And this lines up with the way that the Fisher moves in the northern sky. I'll turn the sky around so you can see that in a moment. Mishu Pishu, or the great panther, the water panther, which is here, is another that we see. This constellation rises in March. Mishu Pishu was responsible for all sorts of disasters that took place on lakes and rivers. And so the Anishinaabe were able to link the appearance of this group of stars with the time of year where it's no longer safe to walk on the water, the ice anymore in March. Other seasonal constellations like the Sweat Lodge, which is rising here, connect to traditions and ceremonies that happen at different times of year. Nanabuju, a constellation rising right on the horizon here, is featured in literally hundreds of stories from Anishinaabe groups across northern Ontario. Playing the role of a trickster in many of these stories, there are also lessons to be learned. The story that connects with this particular constellation is that of Nanabuju hunting Mishu Pishu in order to prevent him from flooding the earth. Unfortunately, he doesn't succeed. I'm going to turn the sky north so that you can see the different constellations. So booze, very important to the Anishinaabe people as it provides food, clothing, and tools. This is a G-Jack, the crane, seen as Cygnus to the Europeans. Right up here, this is a G-Jack, the crane. And the crane and the loon here are two members, among others, including Makwa or bear, that make up the clan or dotem system that happens within the Anishinaabe people. So that's why they're featured in the sky. And then this is Fisher. The reason Fisher and Loon and some other constellations never set is because this star here, the North Star, lies directly above the axis of the Earth. Because of where the Earth is in the universe and how we rotate and orbit around the Sun, some of the stars appear never to set to us. The Fisher is one of them. And the North Star is the only star in the sky that appears never to move. There is no such corresponding star in the southern hemisphere. There's only the Southern Cross, which is a group of stars that lie close to where the South Celestial Pole is. Do you have any questions? Okay, I'm going to play the last video.
The world around us, a guiding principle we call Minobimadastu, which means living the good life, connecting to the land, and understanding that everything is important in the circle of life. It also means that everything is of equal value. Everything has a spirit. The drum, the birch tree, the water, the plants, the animals, the rocks, the humans, everything. After all, we are all star people. We all come from the same place. We are all born of stars. And we all have a responsibility to care for Mother Earth. Miigwech Gitchi Manitou for Mother Earth and for all the stars. And for allowing us to tell these stories here tonight.